Hey everyone, try and ignore the crazy background noise of my sometimes psychotic children. Um, Welcome to another episode of Reform City Slickers. Had a pretty productive weekend this weekend, despite what I thought we would get done. It was really snowing somewhat hard this weekend, which we really need in Utah right now. But I was able to get some work done despite that with some of my kids' help. So, anyways, walls of the chicken coop are done. Doors, windows hung. I've been starting to frame the run and the base of the roof, which is what we worked on mostly this weekend. And so, got some footage of inside the shop here on the property. It's a huge mess, so it doesn't look great. But that's the next project we're going to tackle, is get that organized after we're done with the outside, at least the outside projects that we have currently. We've got some more on deck coming this year, but anyways, get some footage of inside the shop. My son's not the best cameraman in the world, but he's kind of goofy about it, and so you get a sense of what it looks like basically, and what we were doing. We're just cutting a bunch of 2x4s for the roof of the chicken coop. So hope you enjoyed this episode of Reform City Slickers. Thanks. Now for our math lesson, I'm going to draw out here the basic structure of the chicken coop and show you how I calculated the truss, or the different 2x4s for the length of the roof. Anyways, this is the roof. Divide it in half, and you find the center point, or the peak of the roof here. That X, that makes a right angle there, which is 90 degrees. Draw the sides of the coop there. Now the width of the roof is, the width of the coop is 10 feet. So we've got a line here, 10 feet, which is 120 inches. Then divide that in half, where the peak of the roof is 5 feet, obviously, which is 60 inches. Bet you didn't think you'd get a math lesson with this YouTube channel, but here you go. Harkening back to my trig days. Now, the rise over the run, the pitch of the roof is, for every 6 inches of height, you have 12 inches of run. Okay, so we have 60 inches for run. That means we'd have 30 inches of height. That's the pitch of the roof, which I've been told is ideal, or easier to work with at least. Now I'm labeling the triangle here. A, C, B, those are the angles. Then the sides are little b, little a, little c, opposite sides of the angles. Find out the length of that beam. You go back to the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we know A right here, 60 inches, squared plus B, height, 30 inches, squared equals C squared. So you square those, you get 3,600 for the first number, then you get 900 for the second number, and then in order to, which add those together equals 4,500. And then you take the square root of that, and then you find out what the length of C should be, which is 67.08 inches. Now, we're not done here yet, because we have a nesting box on the side of the coop that juts out about 18 inches, and we want to have the roof cover that nesting box. Okay, so I'm going to draw the nesting box here. I use Procreate to do this illustration here, which is an awesome app. I really like it. But that's 18 inches nesting box. And we want the roof to cover that nesting box. And so that the base of that, because the width of the nesting box is 18 inches, then the base of that triangle there is going to be 18 inches as well. There we go, 18 inches. And then the height, you go back to the rise over the run. If it's 18 inches width, then the height is going to be 9 inches. So we need to find out what additional length we're going to add on to that beam. So go back to the Pythagorean theorem. 9 squared plus 18 squared equals c squared. Go to our calculator here. 9 squared is 81 plus 18 squared, 324. Add the two together, 405. Take the square root of that, and you get 20.12 inches. So that's what we're going to add on to that length. So C equals 20.12 inches. Add on 60.08 inches, or 67.08 inches. And we get 87.2 inches, which is going to be the length of beam that we're going to need for the roof. Now we've got to find out the angles. Going back to our mnemonic from trigonometry, you got SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. We want to find out the angle of B, so we go opposite of that is 60 inches over 67.08. You divide those two. 30 divided by 67.08 equals that. You take the inverse sine of that and you get the angle, which is 26.56 degrees for angle B. And now we've got to find out angle A. Well, in a triangle, you add up all the angles, the corners of the triangle, and you always get 180 degrees. So it's really simple. You just do 180 degrees minus 26.57 minus 90, and you get angle A, which is 63, I believe. 63.43. And now we have the angle A, 63.43. So we have all of the measurements we need for this chicken coop. Voila. Just tape everyone, Reed. Go back up and show everyone what's going on.
So what's going on is my dad wants a YouTube video to show something. I don't know what he wants to show, so yeah. So everyone's working on, basically everyone's working on stuff, and so yeah. Dad is just showing you cutting stuff, and Meg and Claire bringing them to the car and stuff.
That's what we want, Reed.
Megan wants me to show Dad cutting wood. Her nickname is the Wizard. Wizard Girl.
Is that the Wizard, Reed?
Yeah, was just showing the wizard. Yeah, and this is going to be sent it on Facebook so everyone will know your nickname. This is the pile where Dad's throwing the wood he cut.
25. You got 2 more?
That's a craft man. Yeah, Dad, how long is this gonna take?
Huh?
I think they get it by now.
Did what by now?
What?
They were cutting wood.
They would get you cutting wood. I showed them.
I know.
Bring Megan bringing wood to the...
Story of Megan the Wizard.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you that, but that would waste time. So, Megan gave the Gustons a wizard wand, and Dad texted them that said, "Oh, pigeons are extinct, so I sent this wizard to give it the wand to you in a check." And yeah, and that's how she got her nickname, Wizard! And also, our neighbors hate Harry Potter.
They don't hate Harry Potter.
Yeah?
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I don't think so.
Yes, they do.
Here we go, marching through the snow. Hello, cows. Hello, chicken coop. Got a little bit more done today, or yesterday, I should say, and Wednesday. Got the front part of the base of the run done on the south side, and then we got our starting on getting more of the roof done. So what we did is, I guess you'd call these rafters or these beams, base beams for the roof done, and cut up a bunch of 2x4s for the rest of them. We're gonna have these on, we'll be putting those up right in there next week. But I put this fabric here. This is just yard fabric to make it so the snow doesn't get in here. It's not completely waterproof, as you can see. It was already wet in here, but it's starting to drip through here from the snow. But at least it keeps it off of the tools. So anyways, this is the update. It's kind of weird to have a, I guess, seeing the roof come on here is kind of interesting because, or even just with this yard fabric, it's, you know, got what it looks like enclosed, and it's starting to look more and more like we actually might finish this sucker. You got these, I got these at Home Depot there. These little braces or brackets that you use to put the cross beams in, and then just screw them in place. And then next week, when I'm able to work on it, I'll be finishing up putting in the cross beams. Here, and then start to put up, kind of finish the trusses on top. So I'll be cutting a bunch of lumber with the kids next week and see how far we can get going, or get this progressed next week. Hopefully in the next month or so we'll have the roof on and then start shingling it. But we got a ways to go still, but hopefully by spring we'll have this enclosed and the chickens will be moved in here, and we'll have the fence all done. I started rolling it out last week. You can see on that corner over there. And so we've got some more gates ordered as well. Claire decided to take out the OSB board and try building a rabbit kind of pen, I guess, and had to take that from her because it was snowing and the OSB board was getting all, I didn't want it to get ruined in the snow, so I had to cover it up with this tarp here. But she's got this little rabbit pen over here that she's built for one of our rabbits. Anyways, that's it.